Hi, everybody. I'm Missi Matthews, and welcome to the Training Camp Wrap-Up Show presented by the UPMC Health Plan. I am joined by Craig Wolfley to recap the Steelers' first day in pads, but to do so, we're going to head right down to the field with Nick Herbig, who was kind enough to join us live. And Nick, first day in pads, I don't know what you were going in expecting, but take me through how it went for you today.
It was just a great day, first day with pads on. Got to get a little banging out there, a little action. But it really was good for me to watch guys like TJ and Alex really take that next step at the next level because it's a lot different game with pads on. So just being out there with my brothers, man, and getting better is all you could ask for.
Nick, you're a pretty mobile dude. Watching you on some of the pass rushes, you have some deceptiveness to you, and you also got some good strength going down the middle at times. How would you describe your overall game?
I like speed off the edge, and obviously sometimes I got to come down the middle. Depending on what the tackle gives me, but I like to come off the edge.
You had mentioned earlier last week that TJ Watt had been working on that ghost move with you. Were you able to put that to use today? And also your thoughts on backs on backers and how Coach Tomlin likes to find those very specific matchups.
Yeah, TJ's really taught me a lot, and I've watched a lot of film of him. And that move is something I've been working on for a long time, but I could never really get it down until I got to walk it through with them step by step. So I've been really just trying to practice that every day. And I was able to use it actually in backs on backers. But we have really good tight ends in Darnell, Pat, Zach, and Connor. So it was good work down there.
What did you think about the intensity of the moment? I mean, Coach Tomlin, he's not afraid to poke the bear down there. I mean, could you hear some of the commentary rolling from the coaches and from the other players and everything? And did you enjoy that first, have a real serious go-around with backs on backers?
Man, I can't really explain to you how it feels, but it is definitely a fun time over there.
If you're a headbanger, that's the place you want to be. There's no doubt about it.
Nick, by our count upstairs, the defense won 7 shots today, 4-3. And last year, Coach Tomlin started putting dinner on the line. The winners got lobster and steak. The losers did not get some great food. Is that starting to happen yet, or is 7 shots just 7 shots what happens on the field?
I'm not aware of the lobster and steak, but if that's a taste, I'll take it.
Nick, have you had a chance to run into your brother yet on the field? And who would win? Okay, we got Nate versus Nick. What happens?
Well, wait, what was that?
Your brother. Have you run into your brother with pads on yet? Because your brother's a big dude. That's a big dude, man. Have you had any mano-a-mano confrontations on any of the rushes?
Yeah, I wish we could get some mano-a-mano. He'd come out to tackle, but I know he doesn't want that work. But
so you've not run a twist on the inside and met up with your brother yet, huh?
Yeah, no, my brother's that guy, though. I look up to him.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, Nick, well, thanks so much for your time. We really appreciate it. You can go get showered up and eat. Hopefully it's a great dinner for you tonight.
Here we go.
Thank you, Nick.
All right, Nick Herbig, kind enough to join us after the Steelers' first day in pads. And you mentioned the intensity. It's something everybody could feel on the campus early this morning. Players talked about it. Coaches talked about it. What did you see down on field level?
Oh, you just felt that intensity. I mean, you could see it. Even when Max and I were doing the press box stuff and sitting in there doing our show this morning, you could see the players. There was a little bit of, a little difference in their gait, their step, everything, because the anticipation was coming because you knew you're about to strap it up and have a go. And this is what everybody's been waiting for. You got through, the end of the season, you got that time to, heal up and everything else. You go through the draft, the OTAs, mini camp and everything. Then suddenly you're in camp and now you've got to go through this acclimation period. And everybody is pointing to that first day of pads. Well, here it is. And that was right there. And you could feel how everybody was just kind of jacked up because it's about time to play some real ball and get it done. And you could see that and feel that when you went down on the field there. You could feel that because going from backs on backers to the pass rush to all the different drills that were going on. All you got to do is follow Mike Tomlin around. You know where the best and most hotly contested matchups were going.
2 injury notes to mention here. Coach Tomlin speaking after practice. Rookie Corey Trice was carted off today. Mike Tomlin said it was a non-contact injury, did not have much detail on that. Also said Landon Roberts, one of the free agents from this offseason, did not finish practice as a precaution. But let's go back. There's Joey Porter Jr., somebody we were going to get to. The Joey Porter Jr. and George Pickens battle, I could watch this all day.
It is. It's so very interesting because you've got 2 prolific athletes going at it with tremendous physical attributes. And, one guy will win one time, the other guy will win another another time. But the play of the day in my mind was Joey on, and I don't know the receiver, if it was Pickens or not.
I think it was Cody White.
Okay,
the interception?
Yes, the interception. That thing was so clean, it was ridiculous. I mean, it was just smooth, and it was like you watch physical, I don't know, attributes at their highest peak, man. He took picked that pass just so clean and went the other way. It was fun to watch, and he began to see the smoothness of Joey Jr. And the fact is, you didn't hear a thud with the hands. It was very, very soft. The guy's got some serious abilities. I'm excited because I think we're just seeing a scratching of the surface on the talent of this young man.
And earlier, before that interception, we saw George Pickens doing crazy George Pickens things, and unfortunately, Joey Porter Jr. Got the wrong end of that, and you could just tell he kind of gave the well, what was I supposed to do?
If you saw it, and I actually was sitting there with Sheldon White. He showed it to me on his phone. I'm watching and going, and the last thing I said was, what else is Joey supposed to do? I mean, he did everything but, foul him in 50 different ways, and he wouldn't have made the catch. That was a ridiculous catch, but that's what you expect from Pickens, and this is what's got to be, I'm sure, going to be highlighted more as we move along, because I got to believe more and more targets are going to be focused at George Pickens.
It was also cool to see today Ike Taylor was on campus, and then Joey Porter Sr. was here as well, so they were working with Joey Porter Jr. afterwards. But it was funny when Backs on Backers started, Wolf. Joey Porter Sr. was over there because he's just drawn to that intensity. But as soon as his son started doing some one-on-ones with wide receivers, you could see him run across the field to try to get closer over there.
Oh, it's hard. You're caught in between. I'm watching Backs on Backers. Then you got the defensive lines going over here. So I'm getting whiplash going back and forth trying to watch everything that's going on, And it's tremendous, the excitement and everything you get the team. There was some really good action, and I'm excited to see. We saw some good stuff from Broderick Jones at left tackle. Dan Moore had some good reps. We saw Mason Cole looking good. Chooks Okorafor did a nice job. Nate Herbig had some moments there. James Daniels, the dude is so strong. And you watch him in one-on-ones, I got to tell you, I really like watching him. He's starting to really be the guy that you thought was going to be the guy, and he's pretty fun to watch.
Since you watched a lot of O-line, D-line, what about the defensive side of the line as well and what you saw from that group today?
The thing that I'm interested in, and we're just getting started with, of course, is Larry Ogunjobi with a fully healed foot. Mm-hmm. This is going to be good because I will tell you, you got to have somebody on the back side of those walls because all the centers are going to usually gravitate towards Captain Cam. You're going to double team. So you're going to have somebody on the back side who's going to be able to go mano-y-mano. You got to have a guy that can win, and Larry can win. With a fully healed foot and the power and the uppercut, he has a nice club uppercut. That whole A-gap sits there on the backside. That center goes away. Oh, that's pretty enticing. There's some pretty straight – it's a straight line to the quarterback. If you can get that backside A-gap, he's a guy that can get it. But another guy that's kind of exciting to watch too is Keanu Benton. Mm-hmm. Now, all I can tell you is this guy's got some physical characteristics that speak of violence, and I like it. And the last guy that really kind of stood out a little bit was Wreck-It Ralph, the Marvin Leal. I love to call him Wreck-It Ralph. The guy is like, you throw him out there and he wrecks stuff. That's what he does. Once he understands fully what he's doing, I think that he's going to be more the complete player as he strives to be that complete player. But right now, he does a lot of good wrecking stuff.
What about Darnell Washington, the one guy that everybody wanted to see in pads from the moment he was
I know, but he's a tight end, dadgummit. But Mount Washington really acquitted himself very well in the backs on backers. One of the things about him, he used his length. He got on T.J. Watt so quick, so fast. He did it almost effortlessly, taking a couple from T.J. T.J., is just he's just rounding into shape. But I'll tell you, Darnell Washington really looked to be primo. This guy, wow. And I'll tell you another guy, Connor Hayward stood out. Mm-hmm. Connor did a nice job of battling in there. He was better than I anticipated seeing him to be. He's a guy that, you want to keep your eye on. Of course, he's so multifaceted, but his blocking skills, such as they were, much better this year round than they were a year ago.
It's just day one, but take me through the team periods and what you take away from those.
Well, again, we're seeing more long balls. Mm-hmm. One of the good things about it is you can see that Kenny Pickett is he is settling into the offense. Now, we've just got a 1 day in pads, and it's just a very tiny sample. But, the building blocks are there, and Kenny looks very comfortable throwing the ball, doing whatever he needs to do. He's got the personnel around him. All we got to do is just watch the continuation of where this goes and what he's able to do. I look for more of the long ball, deep ball stuff, and going forward. The running on the 7 shots. Yeah, Zooks, man.
Lots of running.
How about Najee Harris just buckling the
touchdowns.
inside of the line on a couple of double teams there. He got Sumalo and you got Mason Cole double teaming and just pile pushing. I love when the pile is pushed. I mean, that's.
Do you?
Oh, I do.
I didn't know that.
Oh, Missi, let me tell you, you get in the middle of that stuff and it's a heave-ho down in there and just wham, and you put somebody on their back and it's like, yes! I'm sorry, I got a little excited here, but that's what it's all about. When you can buckle knees down around the goal line, you're coming off the ball.
All right, what's your number one message to all the players tonight after the first day in pads, what they need to do to take care of their bodies?
Get some pizza. Today is comfort food. Get some pizza. If you can get lasagna, that's the ultimate comfort food, as Max always says. Get lasagna, but pizza, it's just good food. You need to reload your carbs because the same thing's coming up tomorrow. And I will say this, it's a good step forward. I'm sorry about Corey Trice. I'm sorry to see the young man go down because there's a lot of ability there, and I'm kind of wondering what the prognosis will be. But it would be really unfortunate if that's anything severe.
All right. Well, thanks so much for helping us recap. That's going to do it for our show, the wrap-up show presented by UPMC Health Plan. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night, everybody. Everyone will be back tomorrow as well to get you ready for the next practice.